The starship Elysium drifted silently through the void, its sleek metallic hull reflecting the faint light of a distant sun. On board, Captain Elias Carter sat in the command chair, his eyes scanning the holographic displays that floated before him. The ship was on a deep space exploration mission, charting unknown regions of the galaxy. So far, the journey had been uneventful until now. Captain, Lieutenant Mira Patel called from the science station, her voice tinged with excitement. I'm picking up an anomalous energy signature. It's faint, but it's definitely artificial. Elias leaned forward, his interest piqued. Location: approximately 2.3 light minutes away, near that asteroid belt we passed earlier, Mira replied. Should we investigate? Elias hesitated for a moment. The mission parameters were clear. Avoid unnecessary risks. But the possibility of encountering another intelligent species was too tantalizing to ignore. Set a course. Let's take a closer look. As the Elysium approached the source of the signal, the crew gathered on the bridge, their eyes fixed on the main view screen. What they saw left them speechless. Nestled among the asteroids was a massive structure, its surface covered in intricate patterns that glowed with a soft, bioluminescent light. It was unlike anything they had ever seen. That's not natural, Mira whispered, her voice filled with awe. No kidding, Elias muttered. Prepare a landing party. Let's see if we can make contact. The landing party consisted of Elias, Mira, and two security officers, Lieutenant James Harper and Sergeant Ava Kim. They suited up in their environmental suits and boarded the shuttle, which detached from the Elysium and descended toward the alien structure. As they approached, the structure's surface seemed to ripple, as if it were alive. The shuttle landed on a platform that extended from the structure, and the team stepped out, their boots clicking against the smooth, organic-like material. Stay alert, Elias said, his hand resting on the sidearm at his hip. We don't know what we're dealing with here. The team moved cautiously through the structure, their helmet lights illuminating the dark corridors. The walls were covered in the same glowing patterns they had seen from the outside, and the air was thick with an almost electric energy. After what felt like hours, they reached a large chamber. In the center of the room was a pedestal, and on top of it was a figure. It was humanoid, but distinctly alien, with smooth, pearlescent skin and large, almond-shaped eyes that glowed a soft blue. The figure was dressed in a flowing, iridescent robe, and it regarded the humans with a mixture of curiosity and caution. Who are you? Elias asked, his voice steady despite the tension in the air. The alien tilted its head, as if considering the question. Then, to the team's surprise, it spoke, not in words, but in a series of melodic tones that resonated in their minds. We are the keepers of the eternal light. You are the first of your kind to enter this place. Elias exchanged a glance with Mira. We mean no harm. We come in peace. The alien's eyes seemed to soften. Peace is a rare commodity in the universe. We sense no malice in you. But tell me, why do you leak water? Elias blinked in confusion. Leak water? What do you mean? The alien gestured toward Elias's face. From your eyes. Are you hurt? It took Elias a moment to realize what the alien was referring to. He reached up and touched his cheek, feeling the wetness there. He had been so focused on the mission that he hadn't even noticed the tears streaming down his face. I'm not hurt, he said, his voice barely above a whisper. It's just emotions. Sadness, maybe. Or relief. I don't know. The alien's expression shifted to one of understanding. Ah, you express your emotions through the release of water. How fascinating. We do not have such a mechanism. Our emotions are conveyed through light and sound. Mira stepped forward, her curiosity overcoming her fear. Can you tell us more about your people? About this place? The alien nodded. This is the sanctuary of memories. It is a place where the history of our species is preserved. We are the last of our kind, and we have waited for eons for someone to find us. Elias felt a pang of sadness. You're alone. Not anymore, the alien replied, a hint of warmth in its tone. You have come, and with you, the possibility of a new beginning. Over the next few hours, the alien, who introduced itself as Lyra, guided the team through the sanctuary, showing them the history of its people. They learned that the Keepers had once been a thriving civilization, but a cataclysmic event had wiped out most of their kind. The sanctuary was their last hope, a place where their knowledge and culture could be preserved until someone found it. As they explored, Elias found himself drawn to Lyra. There was something about her calm demeanor, her wisdom, her curiosity about humanity, that resonated with him. He felt a connection, a bond that transcended species. When it was time to leave, Elias hesitated. Lyra, would you like to come with us? To see the universe? To meet more of my kind? Lyra regarded him with those luminous eyes. I have waited for so long in this place. The thought of leaving is both thrilling and terrifying. Elias reached out, his hand hovering in the air between them. You don't have to be alone anymore. Lyra looked at his hand, then at his face. Slowly, she reached out and placed her hand in his. Her skin was cool to the touch, but there was a warmth in her gaze that made Elias's heart swell. I will come with you, she said. But know this, I am not just a relic of the past. I am a living being with hopes and dreams of my own. Elias nodded, and will help you achieve them. Together, as the shuttle returned to the Elysium, the crew watched in awe as the sanctuary of memories began to glow brighter and brighter, until it was a beacon of light in the darkness. Then, with a final, brilliant flash, it disappeared, leaving only the stars in its wake. On board the ship, Lyra stood beside Elias on the bridge, her eyes fixed on the viewscreen. It is strange, she said, to leave the only home I have ever known. But I feel hopeful. Elias smiled. That's what exploration is all about. Finding new horizons, new possibilities. And now, you're part of that journey. Lyra turned to him, her eyes shining with a light that seemed to come from within. Thank you, Elias, for showing me that the universe is not as lonely as I once thought. As the Elysium set a course for home, Elias felt a sense of fulfillment he hadn't known in years. They had set out to explore the unknown, and in doing so, they had found something far more valuable, a new friend, a new perspective, and a new hope for the future. And as the stars stretched out before them, Elias knew that this was only the beginning.